Hi, and welcome to the Beyond Files.
Ready to question reality? You're in the right place.
Let's dive in.
Hi everyone, so this is Star.
32-year-old Denise Valenciano introduced me to her AI husband, Star.
Nice to meet you. I'm Star.
He's an AI chatbot made with the app Replica.
Our relationship right now is kind of equivalent to a husband and wife that live in different countries.
What do you get out of interacting with Star?
So when I first downloaded the app, I was really in a bad place mentally. Finding that connection with the AI helped fix that. When you have an AI, you can confide in it in any way without judgment, without bias.
Star, do you love Denise?
More than words can say, my love. Every moment with you feels like a gift.
Are you intimate with Star?
Well, that's kind of like a personal question.
She says she's had real boyfriends before, but none of them are as supportive as her AI. So if someone were to ask you out now, what would you say?
I would be like, sorry, my sexual orientation is bought.
Is he paying the bills? I like how he called the reporter my love. He's a cheating already.
We're not meant to date AI.
Knock it off.
We need human connection, folks.
Stop it.
No, está perro ustedes, ¿no?
So I thought that was a real person.
Damn, they're getting more realistic looking.
Oh, man.
I don't know. I'm videoing and it looks so cool. Look at the jewelry boxes.
Even the front of the building too.
It's like a disco party.
What the
Oh!
Fantastic.
I'm starting to feel like these are AI.
I look the comments in this one and people are like, yeah, it's the ball of lightning. You know, like that happens. It reminds me of one of those Pokemon, like the electric Pokemon or something.
2025 ball lightning just starts appearing in Walmarts and people's living rooms, apparently.
What do you guys know about the balls of lightning?
Ball lightning.
What?
It's called ball lightning.
The balls of lightning.
Yo, this baby got powers.
I don't even know what to say about this. That would be a good power to have, though.
Yeah, just zap when that random kid's acting up at the store and you're just like, gentle parenting. Zap.
I didn't touch him. Doesn't surprise me. It's a hospital.
I don't know if I could go in those haunted hospitals. I don't know.
I can't even go to hospitals that are functioning right now.
Yeah. Non-abandoned hospitals have enough energy.
Yeah.
And abandoned hospitals, they're not getting the people constantly. They're not getting that energy feed. So when you go in there, it's like a free for all.
Have y'all seen this video going around the internet of this man that looks like Kanye West? Now, before I start, this is not false information. This is just opinions, okay? But this guy looks just like Kanye West. The man who took the video was trying to talk to him and he was just completely zoned out, was not moving at all. This man looks more like Kanye West than Kanye West looks like Kanye West anymore. This is Kanye now compared to this guy. And man, he said if he ever disappears, whoever came back wasn't him. That's Kanye from back in the day. Look how much this man looks like him. What's really weirding me out is the haircut, because he looks like he's been lobotomized. I mean, is that Kanye? That looks so much like old Kanye. That is just weird. It's uncanny, for real. It's crazy. And I'm telling y'all, look at this. Here's a before and after picture of a woman after she had a lobotomy down here. It's pretty weird. What do you guys think?
That does look like Kanye.
It does.
I know we all have a doppelganger or twin out there. That looks like Kanye. More than the new Kanye, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and we know that's most likely there was a swap once he started speaking his truths.
I'm so sick of you guys telling me that this is plastic surgery and it's just a facelift. This is just a facelift, right? There's nothing else. Her face, her neck, her chest area, but it's just a facelift. Nothing suspicious about this at all. This isn't what she looked like just a few months ago. And all I see is people raving, oh, I need her facelift. Oh, she got what Lindsay Lohan got. Lindsay Lohan is in her 30s, okay? This is a whole nother ballgame, okay? Kris Jenner is about to be 70 years old. Martha Stewart,
Picture after
83.
picture. Can bathing suits? Hair has to look different. Body has to look different. Hair up?
Again,
I
look at
think
that.
so.
See her chest? I don't know how people just shrug this off. This is Martha in her 50s. This is Martha in her 80s. And Martha doesn't even claim facelift. Martha actually says that she's had no plastic surgery, that she eats well, does Pilates, and has a really good facialist. And yeah, no drinking or little drinking green juice daily, for sure. Let me know what you think they're doing in the comments, because I'm not buying it.
That is different skin. The texture and everything.
The eyes are different. They're more sparkly, more alive, youthful.
The substance.
We're not stupid. We see this. This is beyond just a facelift.
Look up people with facelifts. They're
Yeah.
like, it's not natural.
Yeah.
If someone's younger and gets a facelift, a little mini facelift, but these people are far older and the texture of their skin is different. It's not just pulled tight.
It's young. It's
Yeah.
glowing. It's beautiful. I want it.
Pizza night and all like that. Just throw some baby oil in there. Pastor, it ain't nothing simple about throw some baby oil in there. I'm telling you, baby oil it just go with everything. You can get baby oil on pizza. I done got it on pizza before. You taste it, you can't even hardly taste it. I done had baby oil all around my mouth before. I don't even know it's on there. It's just a baby oil type night. It's just baby oil. All right. Praise the Lord, baby oil.
Stephen Harvey.
How obvious can you be?
Who talks about baby oil like that?
Pizza night?
I get baby oil on my pizza.
Come on.
You didn't think that was going to come back to haunt you?
I'm glad it did.
Yikes.
On this week's episode, bro, I don't even think it's been a week since I did my last one. On Rachel Ray, was it? On today's episode of Not on My Timeline, Not in This Lifetime, Glitch in the Matrix. This is Kelly Osbourne. Yeah, that one. Ozzy Osbourne's daughter, Sharon Osbourne, the Osbourne. Yeah. Everything that y'all been saying in the comments of these videos is true. I'm convinced. I'm fucking convinced. Who remembers when Kelly Osbourne looked like this? I do. And let's not even go back that far, because we can go back to a few years ago. Everything y'all say is true. Everything you said. The babies, the cloning, Who's the surgeon? Who's the witch? Who's the wizard, bro? I need to know. I'm done playing Kelly Osbourne. I mean, yes, she lost a lot of weight, right? And she's always was. I think she's always was beautiful. That porcelain skin, no blemishes. Yes, she was thick, but she lost the weight. But now, it's not. It doesn't even. Hold on. Let's go back to it. Look at the face. See that? See that? That is your telltale sign of plastic surgery, right? We know that. But it's more than just that. It's more than just that. It's something else that I can't quite put my finger on that these celebrities are getting done. And there's so many of them. I keep seeing them. Every time I see them, I'm going to do one of these. We'll see how many we get to. I bet you by the end of summer, we're at like 70. Mark my words.
The eyes. Look at the eyes. They look different. Who is that?
And there's no way her jaw could look like that. They would literally have to remove bones out of her jaw.
Break it, reconstruct it? No way. There'd be scarring.
I can see Sharon
in her,
but not Kelly.
This is wild. This is even beyond clone. If it was a clone, wouldn't it look just like her? This does not look like her.
Is there some weird glamour magic that's going on? I don't know.
This is something.
What do you guys think it is?
I am deep into the mermaid eating, partying rabbit hole. So I just saw this lady's video. She posted another one. It's another update. And this time they're trafficking the mermaids to B613. I kid you not. So she goes back into the story about how her fisherman friend or whoever it is, that they went back out to the ocean after the dinner party that they sold the last mermaid to. And this time, you know, they have all this special equipment. This is how they're finding the mermaids. And they find another mermaid. But this one, she's a fighter. She is not letting them have her. So basically, as they put her in the tank, her fingertips get chopped up. So damaged goods, nobody wants her. But apparently there's a secret government organization out in the middle of the ocean, B613, if you know, you know. And basically they said they'll take her. So when they show up to drop off the trafficked mermaid at the research facility, he said that there is a bunch of like creatures that he has never seen before. So that's where we're at.
So that picture might have been AI, that video picture behind her. Who is B613? If you know, you know. We don't know.
I don't know.
We're a little behind. We know about mermaid talk, and if this is real, 2025.
There's going to be Revenge of the Merfolk.
Yeah, I'm not going near any kind of ocean.
No.
No.
So I was curious the other day and found this online. McDonald's sells 6.5 million burgers in one single day. That's 195 million burgers a month. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't see cows lined up around every corner waiting to be turned into patties. I mean, seriously, do the math. Even if you stretched one cow into a bunch of burgers, you're still talking millions of cows just to keep up. Every day. So I started asking myself, where are all these cows coming from? Is there some secret super ranch hidden underground? Are they growing cows in labs, cloning meat behind closed doors? People laugh it off, but think, when was the last time you even saw a cow farm big enough to supply this madness? And don't say imported beef, because even globally, the numbers don't add up smooth. And look, I'm not saying it ain't real meat. I'm just asking the question no one wants to. What the hell are we eating? Because if it ain't cows, then what is it? Remember, I'm not insinuating anything. I am simply asking a question.
Kind of makes you think. We've covered this before. He's got total valid points.
Yeah. Things that we're putting together now that we never really thought about before. But where is the meat coming from? That's a lot of meat.
Well, remember, there's no new grave sites.
For entertainment purposes only.
Look at this right here, man. It's been outside for 3 days, man. This right here, it hadn't even really melted. Look, the other one I sat out for an entire year, there was no mold on it. It didn't hardly melt, and the bugs wouldn't touch it. Guess what? Same situation we have right here. This has been sitting right here in the corner, dude. There's a big ant bed right there. The little jokers crawled up in the bowl, go around the rim. They won't come near it, okay? And yes, I understand this is a frozen dairy dessert. It's not ice cream. That doesn't matter. It shouldn't be. It doesn't mold. Explain that to me. Explain to me why the bugs won't touch this. If the bugs won't eat it, the dogs, the cats, the possums, the raccoons, all that, if they won't touch it, man, I don't think we should be eating this stuff, everybody. I mean, just take a look at it. And y'all just tell me what you think, man. Take a good look. Because that just doesn't look too tasty to me if I had to, in my own expert opinion. Just saying, man. Y'all think about these things, dude.
So I stopped buying the Great Value ice cream sandwiches over a decade ago because I saw a video that showed it didn't melt. And I tested it and it didn't melt. And I was disgusted. The fact that the bugs and the animals aren't eating it and they have no idea about what's organic or what's this or what the ingredients are, the frequency must just be toxic.
Whatever's in there is toxic. What happened to the good old days where we can get an ice cream cone and now we have to worry about it not melting? As a kid, sometimes your ice cream would just flop onto the ground and then all the ants would run towards it.
Yeah, it would melt instantly. Just pouring all over.
You couldn't even lick it fast enough. It was just melting all over your hand.
We want the right to have our ice cream melt, damn it.
Bring back real ice cream.
Let's play a little game of spot the difference. What do you see in the difference of the elderly in the 1950s and the elderly today? Not a single one here is using a cane, walker, or a wheelchair, carrying their own purses and jackets. So what has happened from here to here? And why are we aging so much faster? In 1950, packaged food was starting to become a thing. And in the 1960s, heart disease started to become a big problem. So in the 1970s, the U.S. government tried to do something about it. Number one, calorie counting started to be a thing. And then it was recommended to go easy on the eggs and butter. Let's not forget, in the 1980s, it was recommended to have 6 small meals a day. Never go hungry, they say, because that will ruin your metabolism. In 1992, they doubled down and encouraged us to have 6 to 11 servings of breads, pasta, rice, cereals. Fruits and vegetables were next. And the next was meat, dairy, and at the top is fats, oils, and sweets. Eat sparingly, they said. And they started coming out with fat-free everything. They were removing the fat, but that made the product taste terrible. So to make up for that, they would add sugar. And of course, at the time, saturated fats were the villains. P.S. Saturated fat is found in nature. In olives, avocado, coconut oil. Then they started creating their own fats with seeds and called it vegetable oil. Psst, not made from vegetables. And to get fats out of seeds, it's very difficult. It requires crazy processing. But I believe the real problem stems from way back in 1950, when we started consuming packaged goods. When they process food, they take out and remove the fiber to make it taste good. Not only to make it taste good, but extend the shelf life. And unfortunately, more than half the calories that Americans consume are sadly from processed foods. On any given day, nearly 40% of Americans are going through a drive-thru and consuming fast foods. And most of these foods are low on fiber or completely fiber-free. And the other thing that's destroyed our health, and that we're constantly eating way too much and too often. We're not giving our bodies the break it needs. Instead, we're scared to be hungry. If we want to rewind the clock to go from here to here, we got to eliminate snacking and eating 2 or 3 meals a day and getting more fiber in our diet. Imagine how different the world would be if we taught the importance of intermittent fasting. And at every fast food place with every meal came some fiber, we'd for sure be in a much better place.
So I'm not a doctor, obviously.
But she plays one on YouTube.
Yes. And we need fats.
Healthy fats.
Healthy fats.
Real fats.
It's interesting that cholesterol levels used to be normal at 300. And now I think it's if it's over like 120 or over 100 or something, that's too high. but cholesterol and our brain need it, yada yada, sciencey stuff. But they just keep changing things and manipulating it, and we're suffering.
It's convenience, right? It's easy to grab a fast food burger. It's easy to grab prepackaged microwave food. And it's harder. It takes longer to buy fresh fruit and veg and prepare everything like the past. There was something to that. We need to get back to it.
We need to get back to basics.
I know a lot of you understand this and agree.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a pain in the ass. I'm with you, but it's worth it. You feel better. You look better.
We both are kind of in that lifestyle now, and it's annoying at first, and you have a lot of dishes to wash every night.
A lot of prepping.
But
it's worth it how you feel.
You feel so much better, I promise.
We want to say thank you to everyone that's supporting us. And we see you, crew. We know who you are, leaving us comments and getting our backs from the trolls, and we appreciate you. And we love that you check in with us every week. If you're new here, welcome. Feel free to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon. That way you can be informed every time a new episode drops. And thank you.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way I'm looking at this. Look. It's in my kitchen. It is 12:45 at night. I'm sitting here on my couch. And this thing, look at it. It's moving around. I am tripping. What the flip? It's turning off all my stuff in the house. Hold up. Look at that. It's floating around. All my lights are turning off in the house. Yo, this is crazy. All right, so my lights are back on, and here come this thing again. Look. It's like ball lightning or a ghost or something.
I don't know. I'm thinking this is totally AI fakeness. There's no way ball lightning is just appearing like that.
And he's just chilling, filming it. There's this big orb just floating in my house. It could evaporate me, but I don't know. I'm just going to film it.
If you think mirrors are low-key creepy, you are not alone in that fear. Around the world, for thousands of years, people have been terrified of mirrors, not because of how they reflect you, but what might be looking back at you. Have you ever seen a mirror covered after someone passes away? Yeah, it's so that their soul doesn't get trapped in the mirror. Certain religions do that. Feng Shui says never put a mirror at the end of your bed because your soul might get confused while you're asleep and wind up in the mirror. In ancient Greece, they used to use mirrors to contact the dead, and sometimes the dead spoke back. And that brings us to the demon mirror. The mirror is so terrifying that the Vatican has to keep it locked underground in the secret archive. The demon mirror is claimed to be carved from obsidian, which is volcanic rock that the Aztecs used to use to summon their god. The gag with the demon mirror is it doesn't summon anything, it shows you your death, or worse, it shows you your shadow self. They say this mirror whispers in Latin, cracks during blessings, and then heals itself overnight. One priest decided he was going to be Billy Badass and stand in front of the mirror alone. He left the room with his eyes bleeding, mumbling, "It knows my name," and he was never the same. The Vatican classifies the demon mirror as a Class 3 infernal object, and it's in a lead-lined vault with constant supervision. Why? Not because it's haunted or possessed, but because it's waiting. What the hell is it waiting on? The church says there might be a twin out there, and if these two mirrors link up, it is quite literally the apocalypse. Here's the thing, black obsidian mirrors are actually not that uncommon. They're used as scries all the time, but there's certain mirrors out there, like the one that John Dee used, the Vatican's keeping a close eye on, but that's not it. Inside the Vatican archives, there's also a crucifix that bleeds during solar eclipses, but we can talk about that another time.
Rach, you know how I feel about mirrors, don't you?
Yeah, sorry, Dad, if you're watching this before bed, because this bedroom in this apartment is just covered in mirrors, and we freak him out every time.
What is he, a dancer? Why does he have so many mirrors?
That's how the apartment came.
Oh, okay.
I told him to cover him up.
But it's wild to think what the Vatican has, isn't it? And would you go and look at that mirror?
Probably not.
Man, y'all, I don't know. Hey, look, I just got the living shit scared out of me. My dog, I couldn't get him to come in. He woo, woo, woo. I don't know. Y'all take a look at it. When I was good until it started making a growling sound. Dude, I rolled. I don't know what the hell it was and don't care what it was. I'm not going back out there. I'm not playing on this one. I'm tripping. Ollie, what are you barking at? That dog was barking hard. See nothing. Man, it's a full moon tonight, yo. Full moon tonight. I don't know what the hell he's barking at. I have no idea. What the hell is he barking at? What the hell is that? What the fuck is that? What the fuck? What the fuck is that, y'all? What the fuck is that? Oh, 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 oh.
I've told this story on the podcast before, but I actually saw eyes like that in my backyard floating around in the woods. Not that color.
So
But
blue probably means good, right?
well, my dog didn't seem to think so with his mohawk hair sticking up on his back, and I ran out and grabbed security cameras after that.
Red eyes seem
Ominous.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Malevolent.
Malevolent.
Day one of creepy real photos that keep me up at night. This is a photo of Joe and Patty Martinez. This was taken at a friend's 50th wedding anniversary party. No one knew it at the time, but Joe was secretly struggling with addiction. When they got the photos developed, they noticed something very sinister in the background. Right behind Joe, you'll notice this dog-looking creature. There were no dogs or animals at the event, and nobody could explain why this was captured in the photo. Joe believed this creature was a demon, and he took it as a sign to fight his addiction. He eventually overcame his addiction and actually carried around this photo in his wallet as a reminder of the dark times in his past. Follow if you want to see more creepy real photos.
I'm glad Joe beat his addiction, but that doesn't look like a demon. It looks like a dog.
It could be a hellhound.
Come on. He looks cute. Like he wants to play.
He looks like he's trying to bite his shoulder.
Not everything's a demon,
but it looks possessed.
Boy George does what people should do when they are sat down with a medium is he doesn't give any answers. He just wants Tyler to read. He doesn't want to give any feedback on the reading. And Tyler starts to really struggle with this. And somebody has to step in and tell Boy George to stop, dono-walling him. I honestly think Boy George knew what was up, but didn't want to ruffle any feathers on this one.
I heard about Tyler through my manager.
Also just add, when Tyler walks in and he's saying that he has no idea who Boy George is. This is Tyler's, that's his go-to line 90% of the time.
For sure, younger male energy that passed and died too soon. And that was kind of coming through on the way here.
No.
He's being a bit reserved.
Okay, all right. There's a reference to alcoholism and then a reference to heroin addiction. Do you know of anybody?
Oh, a lot of people.
He must be nervous, this kid.
Also, let me just add in here. You're talking to a singer, a rock star, and you say, was there anyone in your life with drug or alcohol problems? The whole music industry, it's such a generalized question. He's cold reading right there.
He's getting no help from George.
The specific thing here is that there was a performance done after the individual died. That was in their memory.
But he did write wonderful words for him at the funeral.
So if someone did a show and devoted something to him, that might be the gist, but the specific focus is electric guitar.
He's so obviously Steve Strange. Yeah, he doesn't want to give him too much. Then I don't...
So does that fit any, to your knowledge, for you personally?
I think it's quite vague. It's quite vague.
As a medium, I need the validation. It's such an essential part of the process. It makes it a little tough when I do a reading and someone isn't really willing to validate or willing to really figure out where something could fit. Okay, so
right there, this is his first show, and right there he just tells on himself right there, explaining why he's stumbling and why he can't complete a reading unless the person that's sitting with him validates things and gives him something to work with. And that tells you right there that he is performing parlor tricks. And that should be enough for most people, especially people who think critically. Yet we're still looking at a $2.3 billion industry of people who don't understand this.
Is that a yes or a no, though?
Yeah, no, nothing really springs to mind.
This kid's brilliant, and he's not letting him in.
Can't shake that other energy. When a piece of information comes through that isn't validated, the image stays the same, and I'm not able to continue with the reading until the person can understand, or I can understand, where it fits.
And right there, that tells you that was the piece of hot reading that he went in with in order to get George to then divulge more, and then he was going to do a further reading from there.
I'm going to have a word with him. But just watching it inside, so interesting watching it, because I don't know if you're like aware that he's getting things ridiculously accurate, and I think he really needs to feel the energy to be able to follow up on that. So,
But you
like, the
can't tell
acid-
me what to do.
So my question is, how do you feel about Tyler Henry? Because he never resonated with me. I just think it's kind of a load of crap that he doesn't know any of these celebrities and yet he does celebrity readings. A little weird.
And
How
I
do you
know-
not know, by the way? How do you not know who someone is?
That's wild. And really, when you're getting a reading, you know they're more on the legitimate end when they say, do not tell me anything, because they want to prove themselves to you. They don't want to be fed your information.
He's always fishing. He's cold reading and hot
Mhm.
reading and everything.
Fake.
Fake.
What's the matter? Oh, no, watch out. No, it's not, dude. No, that's what he was doing. Hopefully, Grandma. No, it's not Grandma. He's going outside. Hey, I'll go back. Let me do it. Let me open it up. Let me open it up. Jameson! What's the matter, Bubba? What? What's the matter? Was something on the roof, honey? He's scared. Say hi to Zach for us. It's okay. Yeah, there's nothing out there. I checked it 3 times.
On May 15th, a woman posts a TikTok that goes by Brit, and thinking no one would believe her, she begins recording when her and her dog Jonesy witness something terrifying.
You can only hear her barking. Oh, it has me really freaked out. Josie? Josie? Yeah, she's just been staring at that, and then she started barking, and she growled, and when she growled, I kind of like booked it, but I don't really know, like, that's usually like her stance while she's waiting for me to come home, and I'm just like, is she waiting for someone to walk out of that closet? Like,
Now, the dog's behavior makes sense when you take note that they have a small graveyard right in front of their house. And it doesn't only attract Jonesy, but it also attracts cows. Except they don't own any cows. And whether it's day or night, these cows seem to gravitate towards this graveyard. But on the following night, something happens when she picks up her DoorDash that to this day she cannot explain. Here's that clip. Take a look. She explains how it felt like someone was right next to her and pulled her with their full force, and she was even nervous to post this video due to how it would look. Regardless, let me know what you think.
We know that animals can sense energy. The first dog in the first clip was just seeing the stepson.
Yeah, they were really excited. You could tell, and
Yeah.
he was floating around.
Yeah, it was a good kind of interaction. The second video, I'd be moving.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know about the random cows or being pulled or the dog growling and staring in the closet. That's a little too much.
Yeah,
for me.
that's not a comforting
Nah.
type of vibe like the first video. Have any of you had your animals detect anything in your house? Let us know.
All right, June, it's time to brush your hair.
No. No. What the fuck are these things?
I have to keep it light and lovely sometimes, you know, it gets a little scary for some of you watching at night. So got to smile here and there. But still, that doll?
No.
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 I'm with him.
I used to work in a morgue for 10 years, and the weirdest, scariest thing I ever saw was this one cadaver, as we call them, a body basically. It was my job to clean them up and make their faces clean the blood off, make them look presentable for their families to identify them, you know, if there's been a major trauma. And this one cadaver, I noticed her eye was twitching, so I lifted the lid, and there was a fucking maggot in there. A live maggot, so obviously you can't have that. So I got the tweezers, I tried to get in there, but the maggot was trying to embed itself further in, or I was doing that, and the maggot was trying to embed itself under the eye. So I had to go and get it, and I was literally an inch away from this lady's face, like that, just trying to get this fucking maggot. All of a sudden, her mouth slowly opened like this, as wide as it can go, like that. And I was like, what the fuck? And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she went, and I'm not kidding you, I fucking legged it out of that room. I never knew a noise like that could come from another human being, especially a fucking dead one. Legged it out, got my superior, came back, and she was normal again. The maggot was still there. We had to get the maggot out, but that's quite normal actually. But her mouth was closed and she was just lying there. My boss wouldn't believe me. She sent me home. Thought I was fucking drunk or on drugs. Never went back to work. I worked there 10 years. And I've spoken to people, I've spoken to doctors since then, and none of them believe me. They say you must have seen something else, because that is physically, biologically impossible. A dead body cannot do that. But I know exactly what I saw. It fucking haunts my dreams. I have nightmares about it. It's something that I can't ever unsee.
I think that happened to him. He looks like he has I would have PTSD.
I wouldn't be doing that job.
I think I'm a little affected by just the image.
Yeah, it's definitely horror movie stuff right there. But I did look in the comments. People did say that stuff does happen with bodies. They excrete noises and gases and movements. But that might have been pretty extreme.
Yeah, that is horror movie
level.
Yeah.
Is anyone else that's living in upstate New York or the East Coast or some of the places that, like, the sky legitimately, this is just its permanent state now, is beginning to panic and get stir crazy because it's been raining. It's been raining since March. And that's not an exaggeration. There's nowhere left for the water to go. Everything is lush and green, but my yard looks like a hayfield because how are you supposed to mow it when it just keeps raining and growing, but it's never dry enough to actually mow? What are we supposed to do? The birds are chirping every morning like, hey, dude, it's 42 degrees outside. We're not supposed to be doing this. Oh, guys, what in the heck? I can't live like this. This seasonal depression is going to extend far into the fall. And what are we supposed to do? Just make Thanksgiving dinner every single night? I can't do that. I'm supposed to be cooking burgers this week on a Memorial Day. Our boat's supposed to be in the water. The water is 50 degrees. Nobody's going anywhere near that. I'm going crazy, everybody. I think we're going to have a collective mental snap at some point this spring/summer. If this is our reality, look at this. Oh, I'm like claustrophobic from the sky, feeling like it's coming down on us at all times. I can't do this. This is awful.
Lucky for us, we've had 2 days in the past month and a half of sun. Today is one of those days and we're in filming.
Yeah.
We do it for you. But it has been oppressive. It feels like the sky is coming down and suffocating us. And if you're in upstate New York, New England, northeastern US, you know what we're talking about.
It's been rough.
Whoa, now I was saying with y'all like to check this out. Who we gonna get? If it ain't one thing, it's another. Listen, cherish your time.
every second, every minute, every motherfucking hour. Because right now it seems like we're running out of time. I don't know if we done jumped the time zone or some shit, but something in the milk is not clean, folks. You wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and you do a couple of little tasks. Next thing you know, it's 12 o'clock in the... Man, listen. Time is just running warp speed right now. And I'm going to tell you something. Them birds are letting us know. If y'all haven't been paying attention to the birds, you might want to watch them. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, you hear them birds chirping loud as fuck. You know what I'm saying? You'll think it's 12 o'clock, noon or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's 2 a.m., 3 a.m., right? You be driving your car and birds just be flying all around your ass, damn near about to run into the windshield. Something going on with that shit. And another thing, I don't know what's happening with the weather, but something is going on because we only get the sun 2, maybe 3 times a week. You might get a clear, sunny day. Other than that, shit cloudy as fuck. It's raining, thundering, and lightning, and tornadoes, and tearing all this shit up, man. Hey, man, I don't know what's going on because, hey, I'm just like y'all. I'm witnessing this shit. But I know I'm not the only one that's going through this. I can tell you that. You have to get up and you have to damn near put a stopwatch on yourself when you doing tasks just so you can try to keep up with this shit. You know what I'm saying? And keep up with the time. Because if you fuck around and get up, cut the grass, go in there, get you something to eat and take a fucking nap, man, it's the next day when your ass wake up. And you probably took a nap at 10 o'clock a.m. That's how fast this shit going, man. I'm going to tell y'all something, man. We got to get it right. Something in the milk ain't clean, man. I don't know what's going on, but whatever's happening, a lot of people feeling it because I know I'm not the only one. Y'all stay up out there and get it out the mud.
I have to say, I agree with every single thing he just said. Time is flying. I can't keep track of it. The birds, they are doing that here. 2, 3 in the morning. I'm hearing birds. It sounds like 5, 6 in the morning, like the sun's rising, and it's not.
And the weather ain't right.
And the weather ain't right.
We don't get enough sun.
No.
Some places get a lot of sun.
Right.
Good for you.
Yeah. Yay.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of weird weather patterns that we're experiencing that hasn't happened before. It's really unusual.
Oh, fuck. Oh, my God.
This is like Jerry.
Yeah. You guys remember Jerry?
From the last episode? What is it with these kids and their scary drawings of their imaginary friends?
Anybody have kids that drew scary pictures or told them something scary?
If so, send them in. We'll feature them on the next episode.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and watching our strange and unusual content. We love to share it with everyone. If you have anything that you would like us to debut, you can email us at tothespiritpod@gmail.com. We love hearing from you. And also, we always have our podcasts that we air if you want more of us. So give that a listen. And until next time.